Day 5, finals day here at Confraternity 2024. And the locals are going to go toe-to-toe. Ryan Catholic College, a local side, up against Xavier Catholic College. Obviously, talking about the Shield final later on, which will feature Ignatius Park. But first things first, Ryan Catholic College can set the tone here for the locals. And they'll take on Xavier Catholic College, and that kick-off is in about a minute's time here. You can see on the far side of the field, there's the mascot, and myself and Michael Crutcher, who is joining me shortly, have said, and if you're listening out there, we want mascots from every school next year. We want 52 mascots. So have a look at this. How good it would be to have your own mascot running out into the middle of Jack Manske on finals day at Confraternity. Good morning, Michael. How good's this?
This is fantastic, John. I love this mascot, and you're right, every school should have one. Peter Elmore, the president of Quizrill, tells me Padua College has an eagle as its mascot, and I reckon they should be a part of this competition. We're always looking to expand Confro in a meaningful way.
Well, hopefully the mascot will be good. We don't have a school that uses a snail or anything, but probably not a really encouraging mascot to have in a fast-paced game, which we expect here. Ryan Catholic College, they were here yesterday afternoon, so it's a short turnaround for Ryan. They played yesterday afternoon. You can see the siren go. All fields will start now, and we've got 25-minute halves and no stoppages. We are getting underway. The referee for this match is Lachlan Moore. So as you can tell by the conditions, it's pretty much the same as it has been since Tuesday on day 2. So hopefully the weather stays away. I did go for a walk across earlier, Michael. You can see a patch there just to the left of the play the ball. That's very, very muddy. But the rest of the field, 80% of it, is in pretty good nick.
Oh, these grounds at Brothers Townsville and at Ryan Catholic College, just a couple of golf shots away, have been incredible for the traffic we've had this week. I mean, this has been constant football Monday, Tuesday, yesterday, and now this morning. They've been in great nick, given it's been drizzling for 2 of those days. That's a good start, a good kick, and a very good chase as well from Xavier. So they're in great nick. Parts of that are a heavy 10 of this ground if you're into racing parlance, but the rest of it, you're looking at about a soft 5 or 6 there. They're very good. So this is finals day. So every game today, every time slot today has a final. So this is your final here for Division 3, essentially. So this is for the best of Division 3. Now, we have 52 teams in this competition, 16 in Div 1, 16 Div 2, 20 in Div 3. So after Tuesday, they start a knockout competition to get to this level. I mean, knockout in terms of who's still alive for the trophies. So we have the home team in Ryan versus Xavier, and they come from different parts of the state. And this is the great part about Confro. There's trophies on the line here. This is the Confraternity Cup. So it will be followed after that on Field 1 by the Confraternity Bowl, which is a Division 2 second tier. So we've got 6 trophies up for grabs today.
So 2 sets from both sides. We're almost complete 3 without any handling errors. So let's see how the kiss of death goes from yours truly. Hopefully I'm wrong. But this player here in Jamal Nelson was outstanding, as was their 22 who isn't on the park here for Xavier College. Wait for him to make an impact. And I just walked past him yesterday, young Tyson Knight, and he is a big unit. But at the moment, it's the back rowers and Bodie Dwight who moves it to the 20, and there's a penalty on the last. The referee had his arm in the air here. It was supposed to be the last play here for Xavier Catholic College. Do you take the 2 points, this being a final, Michael Crutcher?
No way. Play footy.
You go. All right. So if you're on the sideline, don't even ask the question to Michael Crutcher. So Keane stands in the mud, goes sideways, gets out of that little puddle. 9 out from the line. Xavier Catholic College got a fresh set of 6 years. They pepper the defence here at Ryan Catholic College. Has to go back into the field to play. The cover defence comes across and they push him into touch here. So no damage done here for Ryan. And they'll get the scrum feed 10 out, 20 in.
So last year, Xavier were again in the Cup final. This final we're seeing now, they went down to Chanel from Gladstone last year, 24-4. So a chance for Xavier to get one back this year if they can get this game. And it's hard to say. We've seen these teams play all week, and it's some good defence there. We've seen them play, but you can't just sit there and say, well, this happened on Tuesday and that happened, because we're at the end of of Confro. This is game number 6 since Monday morning. So there's more to it than just what you might think is a normal form guide. There's lots of fatigue. There's, you know, the playing in front of home crowds. It's all types of things go into Confro. It would be a tipster's nightmare, this competition.
Well, it has been day one, as you mentioned, we're just thrown into chaos, especially in the Shield level Div 1, where we had draws, upsets, if you call them that. Is there such a thing as we're going to see a penalty here and a relieving one here? That's late in the tackle count here for Ryan Catholic College. Is there such a thing as an upset in confraternity? You know, seriously, just they're two quality sides and passion is key. And, you know, you just don't know what's going to happen when you've got two sides that really want to get the points, regardless of where they have in history-wise. The touch judges for this match is Billy J. Sinclair and Julia Macario Slatter, your officials in this cup final.
So Ryan last year finished around about 8th in Division 3 last year. So they have improved this year, and maybe with the motivation of playing on their home fields in front of their home crowd. But Xavier always is a tough team to beat when it comes to Confro.
This being the finals day here, Red Crawler Productions have got us a tight and a wide shot here. So you got NRL quality coverage here for finals day here, Field 1. This is at Jack Manske Oval. We want to thank our sponsor, CQ University, and also to Struddies, who Struddies had to move their tents yesterday just to get their clothes out from the muddy conditions over there. I think they were fearful if they drop one, you probably get 50% off because you have to take it home and wash it. But yeah, thanks to Struddies and their help, and also the Carbine Club. They had a big luncheon yesterday as well. We had Reg Cannon here presenting the medals for the games yesterday. The girls' competition finish. We'll come to that shortly, culminating in the final at Country Bank Stadium. So here he goes again, that man, Jamal Nelson. They would have done the homework on him. Tackler was St George. Go to the far side. Weaving his way through here. That might be Zach Bennett. And Bennett, the halfback, and Bennett slides his way, gets up onto his feet here, promotes the footy within a metre of the line. That's good, clever thinking here from Bennett. Darting from dummy half. Now, just to your left of the screen, you'll see Dwight Tyson Knight. And he'll be winding up. Here he comes out, and Knight always draws quite a few defenders, and this one around the ankles. A good shot there coming from Campbell St George again. 1 metre out. They're peppering the line here. It's with Murdoch. Murdoch tries to cut out pass down to Keane, and Keane will lose that ball in the tackle. No, he's going to say play on. The referee will award the try here to Xavier Dennis, and Xavier College will open the account.
Yeah, that's counted in stats as an offload and a try assist. He somehow got that ball away. It was a great effort. The ball did go backwards as well. Tough to defend those ones when you're trying to wrap up a player with multiple players, but it was a really good offload and good hands too. We see the hands have meant so much close to line with mistakes, but this is a great pickup, and look at that.
I thought for sure it was a knock on, but look at that. Let's play the whistle, gentlemen, and you get the win there. What an offload. That's an Artie Beatson right there. We'll have a look at that. This will be a better angle here from Red Corner.
Get a closer look at this one. Good slow-mo as well. Yep, there it goes. Goes backwards, bounces forward, but that's
a try.
That's a try.
So the conversion attempt to come up here. So tries early on.
Good start for Xavier. They've been in this competition for some time. This is, for them, their 15th Confraternity Carnival. They've won this trophy previously, won it in 2022, said finalists last year. So they've been very consistent in Division 3. Team that always plays quite well with their students, all Xavier students. As we see the offload again. Looked straight away to get that ball away too. He always looked for his outside player and managed to get that free. And Ryan Catholic College, they're numbering almost about 20 confros now. So again, a team that's always a welcome participant in this competition.
Ooh, I thought there might have been a play in front of the kick, but the referee saw otherwise, which is all that matters. He's going to lose the footy. It's going to be stripped. Yes, it has. There was a hand in the ruck here, so a relieving penalty. And that was on the back of the big unit again. Tyson Knight, I really love the way this guy plays. So not finding touch, instead they're going to throw the wrecking ball of Nelson. So Nelson and Knight in greasy conditions will prove to be a handful. Underball here.
I do remember in 2022 when Xavier did defeat Mount Maria College Mitchelton 30-0.
Half a break here. Oh, there's going to be called back for a forward pass.
They beat them 30-0. That was early in the morning in Mackay. They had a very good win that day. Ryan Catholic College didn't figure in those top tier finals of Division 3 that year. So we know these teams fluctuate from year to year simply because year 12s leave and new players come in. So never easy to try and line them up, but Xavier's been really consistent over the years, and Ryan would have been looking forward to this for some time, having a confraternity carnival. Literally, for you, John Devine, it'd probably be two drivers, a 4-iron and a pitching wedge. And for others, it might just be a driver and a wedge to get to Ryan from here.
Well, when I play golf, I've got to use an Uber. Get home before dark. He's a chair side. The gap opens up here for the fullback in Moncrief. And Moncrief will be pulled down here. Needs to hang on to the footy. The tackle there is Charlie Roberts. 30 metres out here. Ryan on the attack. Trying to peel back that 4-0 deficit. Treverton. Scored a try yesterday. He's down with the back rower. Cora Ibaloo. 20 out. They go the far side again. Taking a allowed to run. Holds it up the pass here. Hits it with the advantage line. There's Aston Smith. Bukowski again, outstanding. These two halves have been strong all carnival. They go sideways, steps off to the right, tries to get between the front rowers. One of those being the hooker in Ethan Hoare, the skipper. The dart from dummy half. Marcus are half asleep here, trying to spin around, but he's going to be denied here, the skipper. And that will be a changeover. So a good defensive set here from Xavier, and Ryan really testing him with every play.
If you're watching on our Facebook live stream, please let us know where you're watching from. Always keen to know. We had someone from Bordeaux yesterday watching and listening to you from Bordeaux, John. They were, so thank you for that shout out.
Is that in France?
Certainly is.
Where Father Michael Twigg is residing at the moment.
Yes, it wasn't him.
It wasn't him, not Bordeaux.
It was somebody else who said hello. So let us know where you're watching from. The Red Corner team is delivering coverage of all 6 fields that we're playing on now. You can watch those through confraternitycarnival.com.au. You can see all 6 fields.
Well, he's going to get probably penalised for that. But no, the referee's going to say wasn't grounded, didn't called held. So another good offload there coming from Xavier to send the half back towards the sideline. Zach Bennett, unfortunately, 3 against 1. Going to lose that one, so the scrum will be fed here. Well, it should be a changeover, beg your pardon, for Ryan to man a counter-attack.
Yeah, so all 6 fields from Red Corner available as we go through the day today. Culminates, of course, in our Confraternity Shield Boys Division 1 final, which will be at 12:30 p.m. Ignatius Park College, the host school this year, versus Padua College, the first Brisbane school to reach a final since 2005. So lots of entertainment today. There's a finals game on at every time slot. You can watch them all here through confraternitycarnival.com.au.
So Campbell St George takes the line, but he loses the footy in the tackle. So Xavier College will have the scrum feed 15 out from their own line. So 4-0 in favour of Xavier. Thanks to Xavier Dennis. There you go. So there's I don't know whether he got into school because his name was Xavier, but he'll certainly be a popular man if they can come away with a win here. Stepping off the right, she's elusive. That's a good run here, but Hoare comes in and puts a tackle on the ball carrier. One in the centre 3/4 there, and Berthelson it was. Again, they're taking on this left-hand defensive Ryan Catholic College. They made a couple of breaks here, and here's half of one again. And Zach Bennett playing a bit of soccer tactics there. Taking a dive, trying to get a penalty. Halfway line's right there. Again, the blindside. They put the kick over the top. It wasn't the last. It's going to put some pressure on Moncrief. That might actually be, it is Moncrief back there. He's wearing the number 3. He's playing fullback. Or left wing. See what happens with Xavier now. Defensively. Referee's only got about 9 minutes. I'll be pretty happy about that.
They feel longer in the middle of the field.
Yeah, exactly right in the mud, especially going backwards. Back gear 10. Here's Croft, Taj Croft. I think he's playing fullback yesterday. Putting on a toe. Again, kicking early. Preston King has to go backwards. The chasers are coming through. Croft is one of those, as is Trevorton. It's going to be the front row forward who's going to get there first, and that's a good tackle.
Some comments on our Facebook stream. We've got someone watching in Cairns, so shout out to them.
Nice. It's quite muggy here today. Actually, there's no breeze whatsoever. Very sticky conditions. I'm too scared to look at the humidity.
I'm just keen to get the John Devine forecast so I can expect the opposite.
Exactly right.
10 minutes later.
It's a bit like that, wasn't it? Yes, no, Tuesday, I think. That's how far back my predictions have been. Sad. This time they're going to come to the blind side.
I'm probably like you because Monday was such a lovely day. I went and bought some sun cream and haven't seen the sun since.
No, that's partly on you, so it was Dennis with the carry. So, kick. Again, early in the tackle count, unless I'm missing the one. Oh, that's a big contact there. Bennett involved. Get up and play it, Will Rath. Now with Moncrief. Moncrief gets some treatment from Zach Bennett, along with his back row partner there on Bodie Dwight. That's the 30. Again, kicking early. Looking for a 40-20. I don't think it's going to go. Although that is probably the hardest part of the field here. If it gets some bounce, he's probably got an opportunity here. But Preston King will run it back into the line, and he'll get 5 metres short of halfway. So they got to their kick, albeit early in the tackle count. It seems to be tactic from both sides, Michael.
Yeah, it has been so far. The field position, we keep saying the last few days, is so important. And we've had some tight games. This is another one that's going that way after 16 minutes of play. Not much in it so far.
Knight drives to the legs there. Shoulder, footy underneath the left wing, and away he goes. Gets over the 30. Slowish play the ball. Ethan Hoare. Murdoch. Then Roberts. Kick over the top here. How's the bounce? And he'll have to take that into touch. That's a very, very, very good kick. Great kicking game here, and that's coughed up.
Yeah, the kick's only as good as the chase, and Caleb Bertelson was tearing through there and really forced Ryan to take that ball out for safety purposes, but the communication was good because the knowledge of the kick was spread across that back line.
It's almost like a 40-10, wasn't it, really? You just sort of get the ball back and you put it right in the corner. He had to commit to the ball. Ethan Hoare, skip up. 5 short, stands in the tackle there of Morris. Roberts takes the line. Got some momentum to get across the chalk, and I think Tatum Henke will add the second try to the scoreboard.
Yeah, down the same side there. That came off that kick. So the kick gave the field position, and he's tried some plays in the middle of the field and then out to that left edge where the first try came. And this is a good start for Xavier against the home team. Plenty of support for Ryan. And we see it's a nice ball there. And just a one-on-one tussle, and Henke with enough strength to get that ball across.
Have a look how this hit on the advantage line. Bang, it's a flat pass. Goes too high as a halfback, unfortunately, there for McIntyre, but he had all the momentum. We've just got to go back to the kick. Kicking game, very important, especially in these conditions. Finds the touch side, like a 40-10, as I said, and they get a fresh set of 6-10 out from the try line. And yeah, done some defending so far of Ryan, and they'll have to do some more. 8-0.
We always say that good things happen when halves run the ball to the line as well, and you know that was a ball to the line just to test that defence out.
Xavier Dennis missed with his first. This one looks like he's got on the tee a little bit better if he can strike it nicer, but no, it goes to the left. Score remains 8-0, but yes, just have a look at this. Just hits the ball runner on the chest on the advantage line. He has the momentum, goes a little bit too high there, does McIntyre, but he's on his own. I probably So even if he went lower, he's probably going to not stop that try from being scored. But the scoreboard is 8-0. So converted try here to Ryan before half-time brings it within 2. So this is how important conversions are, Michael Crutcher. We'll see how it all unfolds in the final 6 minutes of this first half. Look out, here he comes, Knight. Oh, that's Jamal Nelson. I'm trying to differentiate these two players. They're just two big humans. Oh, a bit of a juggle. But Jamal Nelson.
Look at the white jersey in the mud. Yeah. There we go.
Nelson again with his second carry. Gets the offload. That's about the third time they've been managed to get an offload. One resulted in a try here from Xavier, so they're pushing up in support. You can only pop a pass out there if there are players pushing up inside you. So Charlie Roberts will get up and play it over the halfway line. They come to the screen side with that man again, Dennis. Xavier Dennis will quick play the ball. If they're on a roll here, Xavier, they're going to put it on the toe through Roberts. Chases are coming through. Oh, he took his hands away, did he? Or he might have got a knock on. He did. You can see Remus disappointed he didn't get enough on that. And that'll be a change over there to Ryan.
Yeah, some good play there coming out of their own half and just testing that Ryan defence. So there's 5 minutes to go in this half. So Ryan will just want to get that ball down there and just try to take on this Xavier team. And, you know, these teams that are like Xavier that are just constantly in Division 3 finals, they do it without huge numbers at the school, but you can see in some of these schools, they just have that culture around. They know how to play confro. They're used to it. They know how to get through a week, and it becomes so important when you get to Thursday and Friday. The schools that just have such a good knowledge, and that's not to say that Ryan doesn't. They were very good yesterday, and they're only down 8 points to 0 here. So it's a great skill in Confraternity Carnival to get yourself still firing on a Friday.
I think it's, the kicking game from Xavier's hurting Ryan College. They're kicking early, they're turning the big men around, and then you've got blokes like Nelson and Knight running it up here, and he's slippery character also, and Zach Bennett, Preston Kings at the back. Tommy Geldard hasn't come into the game yet. He's scored a try in every game on field 1 so far. And here's the kick coming through, and the pressure's on. Takes that nicely. That's courageous. He'll get up and play it underneath the tackle there of Isaiah Morris.
And a shout out here from Sean watching from Manila.
Oi.
I don't think we've had anyone from Manila before.
No. Fantastic.
We'll add that to the list. Oh. And from Landsborough too, Caleb Bertelson's grandparents watching from Landsborough. So there we go. Thanks for letting us know where you're watching this from. We'll have huge numbers on the Red Corner live stream today. Everyone in to watch finals day and the last day of Confro for 2024.
Oh, two lovely parts of the world, Manila and Landsborough.
It's got a bit of a Landsborough winter feel here today. We can't see Mount Stewart behind us. It's disappeared again.
Got the week off, school holidays. Nelson again standing. Doesn't worry about trying to get an offload. He's 8 metres inside Ryan. Half of the field. Takes it to the line. Bennett, he throws the dummy, but Hawes are up to it. He knows the style of this halfback. He's stuck to his man. That's going to go backwards. Preston King, flat-footed, beats one. Preston King will run into some forwards. Gets across the 30-metre line. Still a couple of tackles to go. 2.5 minutes to go. First half here in this final. Kick into the a grubber kick. Still on the toe. It's going to be dived on, I think. Well, referee's going to go back the other way. Here he comes. So can Ryan, with 2.5 on the clock, get to the other end and just...
Now, after this game, I'd rather be washing the Ryan jerseys than the Xavier jerseys, I must say. These teams will start to head home later this afternoon. All the presentations are done after the 12:30 Div 1 final. All teams stay for the presentations and start to make their way home. Not far for Ryan to go home. Other teams, such as Xavier, some of them on the bus, some of them fly. It just really depends, but it's a mass exodus on the Friday afternoon of Confro as everyone goes home for the rest of the holidays.
As you said, Ryan, I'm not so bad, but these other sides are going to take those smelly, wet jerseys with them. They won't have time to wash or dry it. Then that's not a bad kick. He comes back into the field to play. That might be Geldar there because it was almost deja vu. Ryan trying to extract a touch Well, ball goes close to touch and the ball carrier taking it into touch to get the ball back. But here's good defence, led by their back rower in Korobilu. Referee called held earlier in that collision. Go back and play it on the mark where he called held. And for mine, we've got, it's a very short 10 metres. Silence for both sides, all good.
Unless you're running through the mud.
Unless you're running through, yes, 3 metres is a long way. Nelson beats one, still going is Nelson. Where's the support play? Doesn't matter, tries to turn around and find a support play, but he'll take that all the way to the halfway line, the big 11.
Yeah, he runs with purpose, so does Tyson Knight, and they could be two factors in the second half.
Oh, that's a lovely ball. Half a gap here. Michael will come back to this with that Dennis again, and Xavier Dennis. Dennis tries to, does the Maori sidestep, and Dennis scores his second try after a break and a good carry in the first instance from Nelson.
Oh, and 30 seconds until half-time. That could be a critical try, and yeah, the room through the middle there that Jamal Nelson tucked the ball under, looking for runners around him too, but that set the platform for this try. We see the play of the ball. Couldn't be any closer there to halfway, the middle of the field. Out it comes, and they do move the ball, and that was the line there. Just had that defender just a little bit out. It looks for the dummy, just too quick, but look at the purpose here. It says there's a try line, and I'm going to take it on, and did it well.
Yeah, he backed himself, didn't he? He thought he had the momentum of Cornell Moncrief. Well, he saw a man who was at full speed coming at him, but have a look at this pass. Holds it up nicely and hits the gap. You can only be as good if the gap if you put yourself in that position. He's done that.
He did, and had enough pace too. He was being pressured there, but still had the pace. Riley McIntyre doing his best to try to rein him in, but good speed there, and now gets a chance to try to convert his own try.
Yeah, well, he's already got... Well, he hasn't got one yet. This will be his first success if he gets it. It's not too bad. It's got enough legs. And no, that will be half-time. 12-0, 3 tries to 0 in favour of Xavier Catholic College. We're back with the second half of this final very shortly. Aaron's gone off to restart this second half in the final 25 minutes for both these sides. 12-0, 3 tries to 0, none of them converted. So 2 converted tries here for Ryan, puts them all square. How about that for mathematics?
We've got people watching different places. We've got support for Ryan coming in from Adelaide and from Sydney, and also one from Bulawayo in Zimbabwe.
Oi, there you go. What time is it in Zimbabwe, I wonder?
It'll be about 8 hours.
Footy.
It'll be 1 in the morning.
There you go.
Which is about normally when you're getting to bed, John.
Yep, after a dodgy kebab. 9 minutes short of halfway. They come to this blind side. Fair to say they didn't have a lot of footy in the first half, Michael. Ryan Catholic College. So
yeah.
Hopefully they can, when they do have, they can put some damage on the board. Chase is good. Beats one. He's elusive, that Preston King, fullback. Just loses his footing. They got to the kick. Did Ryan Moncrief, the tackler. So they have no fullback. I don't know how early you want to kick in a tackle count, but Moncrief will start to make his way back behind the defensive line. A daft dummy up, no markers. Ethan Hoare gets over halfway.
Yeah, Tyson Knight was pushing up there looking for a run. They go to the kick again. They get through that set.
Moncrief, that goes behind him, but it's in the in-goal area, so he'll come up against his opposite number 3 in Berthelston, and he'll take the tackle 10 metres out from his own try line. Drizzle just starting a little bit heavier, Michael, so not ideal.
No, it's not ideal, and it is rather constant, which again, always throws up that challenge of, well, do we play short? Short passes, just try and work our way into good position and then try to expand from there. And good coaches say that wet conditions really expose skill deficiencies.
Yeah, true.
So, we'll see all of that today, especially the fatigue. We say it all the time, but we're looking through this from the lens of the 6th game for each of these teams since Monday.
Last one, and the other thing is the feature of Xavier was the 3 offloads in the tackle. That might be put to rest now because it's getting a little bit slipperier, and it was obviously early when everything's a little bit drier. As you see, Tom Geldard, and Geldard draws 3 defenders, one of them Plakowski. Plakowski scored a double from memory. In his first game, here he is the big unit. Tyson Knight gets over the 30. Again, they line up Nelson now, and Nelson, so a lot of hard work here for Ryan. 2 big ball carriers do some damage, almost to the halfway line. They go the blind. Juggles it. No look pass. Tackle is there. That's, man, the double try scorer in Dennis. A little bit of a heap, not the last. Puts it aerial. Moncrief is underneath it, as is Wright. I think Moncrief ended up in the footy in the end, and also getting some treatment from the chasers.
Yeah, that little combination on the left there, we've seen that
there's an offload.
Produce some results already for Xavier. They tried it again there. Here's some gap.
So showing the sideline. He'll have to come back into the field of play. Does so. Can he beat the second tackle? Nobody gets the offload there. Just Trevorton. Pukowski over the 40. Rath at dummy half. Tuttle finds a back row runner in Korobilu. He gets over the 30. It's the best attacking rate from Ryan for the clash. Pukowski puts it in behind. Needs the bounce. It's going to be nicely dived on there by Preston King. Didn't worry about who was coming at him. He had eyes for the footy, and he reined it in, and that's a 10-metre line. So see if Ryan can do a defensive set without any penalties.
Yeah, he's been safe at the back, Preston King, which has been a real bonus for Xavier. They've been able to just get that ball and start the platform to bring it out of their own territory. There's some promise there from Ryan down the left-hand side.
Well, they've got Ryan Rath is also slippery, the redhead. And in the centres, wearing number 5. So we've got 5 and 2 on the one side, but in the middle of the park here, it's Xavier putting it on the toe. And geez, you hate to be a fullback today, Michael Crutcher, because you're going to have Greasy Steeden coming at you. Blokes thundering through in the mud. You can hear the squelching. You're thinking, drop this. You're on your own back there, aren't you? Blindside, they come with Pukowski. Gives it off that man I was talking about, and Ryan Rath. He turns it back into Pukowski. Pukowski will skip to the try line, and Ryan are back in the contest. He'll promote the footy. It should be converted. 12-4 at the moment, and that's what they needed, Ryan. Not for the first time they made a bust on the left-hand side.
Yeah, they came down there again, and that was a really good play from Brad Pukowski. I saw him before in that play before. He had some good eyes up footy about him when they had that first raid down the left. As we see the replay again here, he's just been watching and looking, and there's that he sees that gap through there, smart enough to offload and then back up here. And the Xavier defence not quite there. The referee was a great assistance to him, but that's what good halves do. They take advantage of what they have, and he could be a danger here. I just watched him before in that set before, and he came to that left-hand side, and he got a little bit of treatment in the play the ball from the Xavier defenders, but he just had a little grin on his face. He got up with a smile, and thought, well, that's a temperament you need on day 4 here at Confro, because it gets hard. You get tired, but if you're smart, your temperament stays good. You find the gaps, and he found the gap there. Slow back on the field defence, and they were able to score. And here we go, 12 points to 6 if he can convert his own try.
Exactly, as I was saying, you know, how important conversions are here today, and how important maybe penalty kicks, given the opportunity. So let's see how he strikes this again. We could be putting a curse on Pukowski. Comes in, strikes it confidently. So 12-6, yeah. We talk about the halves finding gaps and putting players through gaps, and look at this, he just hung onto it long enough to draw the centre three-quarter in.
Because the temptation there would have been just to try to go yourself through that gap, given that there was a half a gap there, but smart enough to offload, and don't the Ryan fans love that?
It always makes me nervous when a player gives that, victory salute in the in-goal area. Well, he's done that when they're still down by 8. But anyway, let's see if he can do it again later on. So Ryan will run with some gusto now. They're back in the contest. We've got 17.5 minutes to go in this final. So it's still anybody's ball game. Let's see if they keep peppering this right-hand defence of Xavier. Ryan, they're working to come this way, and they do so. That's with Croft.
You can hear the crowd starting to really lift here for Ryan as well. They're starting to get vocal here, and that's the advantage of a home crowd.
It's Corabillo, my apologies for that carry beforehand. In this instance, Ashton Smith will get up and play it just the other side of the 40. That's his second carry, gets over halfway. Referee Lachlan Moore says last tackle. Heat coming through. That's going to be knocked back. That should be play on for mine. But anyway, he's going to say it's a knock on. That should be a scrum feed to Ryan if that's the theory.
That will be a scrum feed to Ryan going off. The arm goes to the left-hand side. So a chance here. They got through that set. I was about to say it's always important to get through those sets after tries. They got through it, and they got a recharge here for 6 more from this scrum. So let's have a look at what they do here. Just what also the halves, and in particular Pilkowski on the left-hand side does here. He's lined up here at the moment.
4-on-4. So a 4-2 field. So I'm assuming the charge down, the knock-on was from the charge down. Came off the hand, but maybe it wasn't a charge down. But the scrum is being set. So they go the far side where it's 2-on-2. Croft beats one, goes back in the field of play. There's Croft. So that's one. Still plenty of time here. This contest is far from put to bed. Drizzle getting a little bit heavier. Handling has been, maybe I shouldn't say it's been quite exceptional considering Knight won the tacklers. Timms and Knight come together, the 222s. 28 out. Ryan full of running. They've got to try in the score, but they know they can get Pukowski's got some skill. Gives it off the centre 3/4 there. Moncrief is also elusive. Penalty. No. Ooh, just go back and play it on the mark. I thought it was a penalty there for a second. Late in the tackle count. Again, they come to this left-hand side. Puts a banana kick in here. And that's going to be knocked on by King. He's been dynamic, Preston King, but that's spinning, greasy, Deedon. Just very hard to pick up. Just have a look at this banana kick. I don't know whether it was on purpose, Michael Crutcher, but how are you supposed to pick that up in these conditions is beyond me. So, not a bad tactic if it was on purpose, but the kick just spun around like a top, and poor Preston King just couldn't pull it in. So that's a scrum here for Ryan.
Plenty of love for Ryan on our Facebook comments. They're 2019 Confro captain. Giving a shout out. Mitchell Wakeland. That's from Bundaberg. We're still getting over Bundaberg.
Yeah, a lot of cracklets that week. But, yeah, I don't know how many times we had line dropouts into the breeze after balls had gone dead from the kickoff. It was an extraordinary week and a wonderful job done by Shalom College to host that carnival up there. Oh, that's gone right in the back of the ribs, I'll tell you. You'll feel that when he cools down. Mancuso, he'll get up and play. The dummy half is Tuttle. They again come to this left-hand side. Charging onto it there is Aaron Smith after the offload from Pukowski. Last tackle now, says referee Moore. Puts it in the in-goal area, and there's just too much juice on that. There'll be a 20-metre restart. Relief there for Xavier.
They scrambled well, Xavier, and good footy both teams there. Ryan really taking that set to them. So could be in for a great finish here. 13 minutes to go.
Well, Preston King, yeah, but you have to think they put more points on the board. Here he goes, the big unit looking for support. He'll get up and play it with Nelson. He gets to his feet quite quickly for a big man. Now the other front rower and Keane will get almost to the 30. Gets the offload here, so some more metres in the for the taking here from Murdoch. Pass guard. Nelson again with his second carry. Drives the legs there. Over the 30. Referee Moore screaming for Ryan to get on side. Murdoch. Now with Berthelson. He's been good in defence here. He's been grabbed and but won't go to the ground. Allows for a quickish play of the ball. Well, They came up on, that's a very, very good hit there from Campbell St. George on Knight. Stop the big unit from getting any further up the field. Grub a kick here. Has that been played out? Who's got it? Well, he's caught it. I thought he might have actually knocked it on, but Aaron Smith has pulled that one in there. It's good skill there from the 13, considering how fast that ball's kicked at him. We've got a player, you see in the in-goal areas, down on one knee. Ryan Hath doing some work for the forwards to have a breather, which I'm sure they'll appreciate. Heavy legs here for both forward packs. Michael Parsgard, tackler. Fresh legs out in the park. Puts a kick in, that's going to go end over end. Chases are coming through. White pick. Preston King, I should say, picks it up. And makes no mistake this time. Gets within a metre of halfway. Halfback, Zach Bennett. He gets over halfway. Now the winger also doing something. Tomakovic scored a try yesterday as well. In the 7th minute of his clash. Nelson tramples over one, goes forward to the 20. Bennett. Sorry, Parsgard. Now with the man who's already got 2 in the bank here is with Dennis. He gets the offload here. The try line's right there. So is the cover defence. That's a mighty effort there from Ryan. Last tackle. It's with King. King pops it out the back here. Knight has to pick it up. Instead, it's actually going to be Zach Bennett. He puts it on the toe here. And that's tied out the back there by Moncrief, I think. But, oh, crazy scenes in the corner. I thought they were over. The cover defence from Ryan was better.
Yeah, and just off the camera at the moment, after his last run, Jamal Nelson got up and gestured towards the bench straight away. He's gone off the field with some type of injury, and he's been enormous so far for Xavier. So their meter reader in Jamal Nelson is off the field at the moment, and that won't be missed by Ryan, who have had to work very hard trying to contain him.
How's this defensive set here from Xavier? It's the last tackle. They're 15 out from their own line, Ryan, and that's a pretty handy kick, and they'll give him 30 seconds to suck at the big ones before a changeover.
And Tom Geldard from Xavier's got the Confro last day hobble going on there as well. He's walking with a little bit of pain there, but he's soldiering through it.
That's a good description, actually. So they've replaced Jamal Nelson with this man, Tyson Knight. It's to the 40. Options. Oh, it's probably way too far for a penalty kick here, which would take it out to more than a converted try, but they'll find touch instead through their half and Zach Bennett. That's
a handy penalty for Xavier because we're now in the last 9 minutes, so field position is going to become really important, particularly when you've got a 6-point lead in a finals match with a trophy on the line.
Well, it goes back to that defensive set where they field position for Ryan was 15 minutes out from their own line on their last. Didn't get got a bit of a kick away, but it wasn't enough. So they're going to pepper again. The back rower, look at a spin around and go across. Half pushes him back. As Dwight will get up and play it. Parsgard. Knight going across field. Pulled down here. Good tackle there from Campbell St. George. Bennett. Halves combining on one side. Has that been touched? It's been kicked in the end goal area. Is he going to dive over to score? He's going to say no. It was actually got to a Ryan player first, so there'll be a changeover.
We're going to have a few of these ones today with the conditions where we just say, what the heck happened there? I'm not sure what happened there. The ball was bobbling around.
I guess it was a knock-on, but I could be completely wrong because it's so far and it's very gloomy conditions here. I'm working off the monitor as well, as trying to get some clarity on what's happening on the far side of the field. But for Ryan, they survive. Again, their cover defence has come to the party. Let's see if they can break out from their own end. But the defence from Xavier, especially the last set, was extraordinary. And here's a man here in Bodie Dwight putting a shot on. I think they're coming the right way. Here, Haas tries to get away from Knight doesn't do so, but they're getting some metres.
Good work, Knight, coming across too in defence there, as that pass just a little bit awkward. It goes to ground, and Xavier will be happy with that. 7 minutes to go.
So it's a question of Ryan trying to get this footy back. Yeah, 7 minutes. 7 minutes, you'll say, is not, is plenty of time, but in these conditions, it's so hard to get to the other end. As we see the scrum come a little bit closer to the grandstand side, out of the somewhat muddy, but there isn't much of a push for a scrum in this one. Rugby league, they're happy to get the ball out.
Now, coming up after this, we have the Confraternity Bowl final coming up on field 1 here. That's for the second tier of Division 2. Villanova College from Cooperoo versus Our Lady Southern Cross from Dalby.
So Ryan have come up with a footy. Calls for a high shot from Ryan Faithful. Not going to get it. This man here has been quite strong here for Ryan in the 19 and Cuso. I remember calling him too much in previous ventures here on field 1, but he's been strong coming off the bench. And this is the thing, kicking early. So King going backwards, it's going to go over his head, it's going to land in the mud, not go very far. It's a lovely little 9-9 into the green.
Yeah, and as a young fella, that's exactly where you want to play, right in the middle of the mud pit. Not so much when you've got 5 minutes to go on the last day of Confro.
So can Ryan, they've got better field position here defensively, can they knock the pill out of the hands? Clock is going to be against them. As we say, no stoppages. The shield final there will be. And the penalty, well, that's probably about the 4th tackle. Got a feel for...
Just that enthusiasm I was about to say. I'm not sure how much you can hear through our effects mics here, but the crowd getting really behind Ryan. The local crowd, bit of enthusiasm there in that defensive set, but the referee just asking them to come back. So 5 minutes now we have. Let's see whether Xavier can add to their impressive Confro history, or if Ryan can work home late and get a hometown win.
Tyson Knight shaping to turn that ball back inside. There's no way on the wide world of sports you're going to let go of that footy. Not with that score line. A smart play here. Picked up. Knocked back, says the referee. Play on. It's with that man. He's been dynamic as Zach Bennett. He's really worked both sides of the ruck nicely, along with the help of the skipper there and Ethan Hoy, who might not be actually on the park. I think Parsgard has actually replaced him in the dummy half role, and that's him with the footy now. 5 out. Can they put this contest to bed? Do they put a field goal over to make sure it's a 7-pointer? He puts it in the end goal there. Hart is going to pick that up, and he's going to be taken dead in goal, and there'll be a line dropout. The assignment gets harder for Ryan.
It does, with right on 4 minutes to go now, so they'll like a mistake here from Xavier in the restart.
Short kick. Dives on it. Did he knock it on, though? I think he did. Good tactic there. I think it might be McIntyre trying to get the ball back here. Oh, you got a feel for it. There's a great play. He dives on it. He just bobbles out of his hands. Dry conditions. Doesn't happen.
That was a really good restart there. Very good restart. And, that's like trying to dive on a bar of soap at the moment. It's not easy to do. So if the touch judge on that side picked up a knock on, they were right there to see it.
Is there an error here and a chance for Ryan? Just about over 3 minutes remaining. Points here from Xavier, and the contest is over, and there it is. Dives it next to the upright. The referee's going to check with the touch judges. Hint of a bit of a knock on, but referee Lachlan Moore will point to the spot, and that will give the title to Xavier College with 3 minutes remaining.
Yeah, they just had the defence on the back foot there. That defence was scrambling to get back, and just therefore have you look at it as they come across to the left side, and the gap is seen, and it's seen really well as by the Xavier 17. Michael Parsgard on the tighter angle here. He knows that they're struggling to get back, and therefore they don't have any line speed. Goes across, gets the ball down. The referee looked to his touch judge just to look at the downward pressure. Touch judge was happy with that, and that's going to be a really important try. And Xavier looking to convert to make it a 12-point game with 2 minutes 10 on the clock right now.
Ryan had their opportunities. Conversion is successful, 18 points to 6, but yeah, just tough conditions. Well, they're in about the 300th minute of rugby league in 4 days. And they held off him, just wrong foots to cover defence coming across there from Ryan's Bradley Pukowski. Not much he could do about that in these conditions. And yeah, allowed to run to the line here. They're waiting for him to offload out wide. Didn't happen. He goes over and scores. So he's replaced his skipper quite well. Has Parsgard replacing Ethan Hoare, the number 9. So that ball's come loose. So that will be well, gentlemen, have we learned anything from yesterday?
A minute 10 to go here, so we have no time off here. So we want to get that scrum. Packed.
Yeah, a bit of a chat going on here, and I think he needs.
The chat's only going to benefit Xavier here at the moment. Well, Ryan needs to get a scrum going.
All Xavier have to do is say, look at the scoreboard.
We'll get this scrum set. This has been a really good final. Both teams should be proud of their efforts this week. Just to make a final in Confraternity Carnival is an achievement in itself, and they've played a really good final here. It's been played in good spirit. They're tired. It's been big. Here's a little kick off the scrum.
Yeah, looking to try and close the deficit here. It's going to be picked up there by Tom Geldard. Geldard will get up and play it. 30 seconds. Probably 3 tackles left in this competition.
Yeah, and congratulations to Ryan College that they've been a great school this week. Their 2 grounds they've supplied here have been in magnificent condition. They've been great. But Xavier is going to add to its very proud Confraternity trophy history.
So we'll take the tackle, and the siren will go now. That is a win. 18 points to 6 to Xavier College. Tries to Xavier Dennis with 2. Parsgard with the last try, and then Henke in the middle there in the 17th minute. 1 try to Bradley Kukowski, and we have a scoreline of 18 points to 6. And rapturous scenes here for Xavier College. We're going to take a break here. We've got a lot of sponsors to thank, and we'll be back with another blockbuster here at Confraternity 2024. We'll see you soon.